Hello, good morning. Hope you're all well. I am having a switch up of morning. I originally had a call that didn't end up happening, so I thought should come on and do a reading. Got to put some my cute press-on nails from my friend Rachel's press-on nail business. It's called Playground Nails. Check them out. They last for about 2 weeks, so if anyone's interested in nails that don't wreck your nails and last a long time, I really recommend her business. She does all the art herself, and she's so talented. They made me so happy too. So anyways, I wanted to come on and use a new deck that I haven't used very much. It's Oracle the Mermaid. So let's start this one with a past, present, future. I think that'd be interesting to see what's going to come out. I've used it myself a couple times, but it was a gift from my dear friend and Reiki teacher, Kim, who actually I'm going to see this weekend because I'm doing my Reiki Master training this Saturday, so I'm pretty excited. That's at the Owl's Nest in Malibu. So it's going to be good. Ooh. Okay. Past, transparency, honest, authentic, genuine, present. It's a really beautiful card. I haven't gotten that one yet. I love the purple energies in it. Wow. And then falling in love for present, kissing the divine in another, in yourself. Such a beautiful card. I haven't gotten that one yet either. Love that. And let's see for this collective reading. Take only what resonates. This is a general reading. Too many. Let's see what that one is though. Just curious. Okay. Let's see if it comes back up. So we have a break in the rain here in California, and I've been feeling the call for a lot of rehauling, decluttering, cleansing my home. And so this little kitchen nook that I'm in today is my new desk space, which I'm loving. It feels so good to have, too many. It feels so good to have a space that is in the light, and I can kind of set up and get creative. So I just did this yesterday. I'm already feeling the sisterhood. Beautiful. Friendship, allies, compatible souls, loyalty, joy, delight. Yeah. I like these sisterhood too. They're very much like they've owned their shadow parts. They're yeah, they've got the goddess vibe, but they're also not afraid of the shadow. There's some skulls underneath their ship there, which is interesting. So yeah, but then there's that beautiful like blue light above. And also like maybe gives one extra: fertility, potential, powerful creative energy, initiation energy. Ooh, and there's like a little merbaby in there. Wow. So that could be, like the Empress card, pregnant with ideas. It doesn't have to be an actual physical child, but maybe birthing a business or a gift. So I love that. Thank you for one extra, because that was really nice to get the confirmation about even more kind of abundance and overflow on the way. So yeah, from what I'm seeing here, we were in these relationships that really caused us to understand transparency better about, transparency in others, transparency in ourselves, to go deep inward, doing the work to confront our own truth and be honest with ourselves, authentic with ourselves, and to come out more aligned with who we really are, and to be able to better be the king of, or the emperor of, our own reality. So yeah. Excuse me, my throat is giving me some stuff in its block to get out. Yeah, so I love that. She's got bubbles around her too, which is such a beautiful energy. Just that connection with being open to receiving and kind of letting things float away. So yeah, using those lessons in transparency and in honesty and truth to be able to go to this next part of falling in love, kissing the divine divine in another and in yourself. So I think the beautiful next part of this journey was finding that divine within ourselves. So really, once we found that truth and the authenticity, and we're able to kind of be fearless in who we are, and love ourselves deeply, then that invites in this really potentially other, like, I see it as like a Three of Cups kind of love, of like, I guess even that sisterhood card has that same feel for me. But so whether it could be like friendships you're inviting in, community, romantic love, love of a child, all these things. It's this mermaid or siren is with a angel, so he's got wings, and whether that's her higher self or the other relationships, but also it's herself. She's found her own wings, and so that's just gorgeous. The transition too from one color to the next is just really so it's soft. It's kind of grown into a really beautiful softness, and even like with this solar energy peeking through, there's that beautiful like divine masculine energy coming in and really transforming things with that balance of the divine masculine and feminine aspects of self. And then the sisterhood, friendship, allies, compatible souls, loyalty, joy, delight. So they're just hanging out on a shipwreck. They're this cruise is they're there for each other. They've been through some storms, and they are not afraid to go to the depths and to hang out on the shipwreck with skulls around it. So I love it. That's my kind of crew. They've really owned their, like I mentioned, their shadow aspects. They're not afraid of the dark or the, and they can now connect with the enlightened dark, which is like when we've done that journey of fully integrating our shadow, or as much as we're able to at each moment, and learn the lessons, transmuted those, then we kind of come back with this like amplified version of ourself where we can go anywhere. We can go light, dark, but when we are in the dark, we are the enlightened dark. We have this deep reverence and connection with unconditional love towards ourselves, towards the world, towards, whatever your, plants, pets, people, kids, whatever your, joy is, or whatever that you find really drawn towards in this world. Even if it's technology, like that's some people's, guiding light, and we need that so much, especially right now. We've had so much advancement with everything and AI going on. Like there's such a need for that enlightened darkness in those areas as well, to help guide them in a really thoughtful way. So, and then the fertility card, potential, powerful, creative energy, initiation energy. So yeah, let's get a little more. Let's see what other aspects energies are supporting. So I'm gonna go with maybe just an element or an energy that we have in this future: sisterhood, friendships, allies, compatible souls. So this is the archetypes guidebook, the Wild Unknown Archetype. Kim Cran's deck. You know, speaking of enlightened darkness, I hadn't used this deck a lot in readings, and I'm really getting more drawn to it because I think I'm more comfortable with my own. So I'm more comfortable with reading that for other people, I guess, and holding that like light within the darkness. So yeah, just wanted to share that because I'm certainly going through some of these things myself too. So we have the Mystic. Look at that with the moth. There's like an eye above and below. We have looks like pearls. So yeah, lots of soft feminine energy, wisdom. I saw actually recently, I was reading in a guidebook, an animal guidebook my friend had gifted me, Tamara. Thank you, Tamara, one of my sweet guides and friends that I've been doing some work with. She gave me this book when we were in Sedona, and I had always known the moth to be like transformation, like kind of similar to the butterfly, but a little more like shadowy because moths tend to be considered pests, and but actually they're really quite important to the environment. But the aspect in the book I didn't know about was that it's actually connected with like sexuality and like sensuality, and like so maybe perhaps a rebirth in this area is imminent. And, you know, we are called right now to come more into our physical body as we are, even though a lot of us are going through these like spiritual understandings about ourselves and the world. We're also called to come back into the physical body and experience it through our senses here. So I love that energy. And the Mystic too, deeply like seer, like, you know, so intuitive. Very connected with divine feminine energy. And then we also have the ocean, another deeply feminine energy, depending on how you see it. And obviously take what resonates for you. But I feel because the ocean is so, you know, water is so connected with the emotions that for me, it's a deeply feminine energy of, you know, Mother Nature. She can be fierce, relentless, gorgeous, soft, like calm, you know, all these things. And the ocean has this depth, this, you know, contrast of the dark depths, and kind of like the sisterhood, where I was getting clarification on with these cards that these mermaids are kind of adept in that deep parts of the ocean where they've dove down to the bottom, to the depths, to, you know, which is like the subconscious, right? It's like metaphorically, it's like the deep subconscious, maybe the void, the parts that people can be a little fearful of. But this ocean energy has actually supported us to go down, gain the wisdom, and receive that enlightenment. So yeah, it's beautiful energies on this card. I haven't really sat and looked at it too much, but really nice. Maybe we'll look at the guidebook for that one. I'm kind of feeling drawn to that. Okay. And let's see. Let's do, just because we're already doing mermaids and really mythical energies, I'm going to do a Starseed Oracle and then a unicorn deck, a unicorn, Magic of Unicorn card. So, all right, Starseed, how about some clarification on this falling in love in the present energy, kissing the divine in another, in yourself? Anything else we need to know about? Things that could be helpful for us in this present phase. Oh man, I'm really digging all these ocean energies. This is making me recognize I need to go do a dip in the ocean. Okay, we got a couple. Earth pulsing, pulse of the mother, slow down, time in nature. speaking of, yes, that's a calling I'm having right now. So definitely after this, I'm gonna go do a little hiking, get out in the mountains. But this is something you're feeling called to also. Know that this can help in this holding the energy of falling in love, kissing the divine in yourself and in another. Because that's, after we've done the lessons of learning from relationships and going through, becoming more transparent and honest and, kind of just unfuckwithable with ourselves, right? Like we're like, I know who I am. I know that, what I deserve. Now we're called to go out in the world and practice being in these relationships. And we might still have those old fear parts of us that, want to clam up or go, put up our guards when we get into these new relationships. But actually we're being called that, like, to know you're different now. It's different. Things aren't how they used to be. And those are just aspects of old parts of you that will fall away. And so it's okay to feel those things and just like hold them, honor them, but know that that's not who you are, right? It's just a feeling. And it might feel scary, but also it's like important to lean into that. So we got reverse Star Brothers, Horus energy, protection, loyalty, safety, trust. Yeah, so this is a challenge for some of us to trust and understand loyalty, right? Or understand, trust that loyalty is going to be there when we've had tough experiences. And then in reverse also we have, I remember, soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. So yeah, remembering old aspects from, could be this present life, aspects of ourselves that we kind of had to shut away, maybe because we didn't have the easiest experience here with others. Like a lot of us don't escape that experience of having trauma. I know very few people who have, and so, this is guiding us that although it's been a challenge, it's been part of our soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. So, we can choose our destined path. We're not just left up to fate or the only thing. So we, that's kind of like choosing our life versus letting others choose our life for us. So kind of living life consciously versus the unconscious life of where like we did everything maybe our families expected of us and did the same careers and like we felt we had to stay in them. And, and for a lot of us, like, I'm always so inspired when I meet adults, who are midlife or later, and they're like, I'm starting new, I'm doing, and I used to do all these things, and it's like, that's amazing. Like, what a beautiful soul experience to have multiple careers and multiple things going on. And so, yeah, so even though these energies came out reverse, it's just kind of indicating they were challenges, but we are getting through them by trusting in this deeply feminine part within us, right? The mystic, the one that knows, the one that is connected to the deep, watery depths of the ocean because of doing our own, journey and shadow work. So yeah, these definitely are coming up, right? Because that's what they were there for. They were there to teach us lessons. So lessons aren't always easy and straightforward. We have to go through them. And I love how there's, this falcon hawk energy with the Horus energy. I find that Horus is such a just really he was like the Christ consciousness of the Egyptian lineages. He was the son of Isis, and so I just have really felt like he's been such a wonderful archetype to connect with because he's just very like accepting, loving, unconditionally, but like very healed masculine. And so I was actually drawn to connect with Horus first as an archetype, and so he's definitely one that I still resonate with a lot. And I know a lot of us do that are doing light work, that he's kind of there to support our work and our journey. So yeah, Horus energy, protection, loyalty, safety, trust. So learning that we are safe. We are safe now. We are safe to experience these relationships. And even if we have moments where we feel unsafe, like that's okay. You're human. You're allowed to be in your human body, right? But how do we then take care of that, scared part of us, whether it's younger part of us, or a present part of us, and like, do we need to go like get a soft blanket and cuddle up and like give ourselves some tea and just take care of ourselves that afternoon? Like what do you need on a soul level? Get curious, adventure, figure out, and really know that you've been building that safety and loyalty, protection within yourself by just kind of being more discerning, more loving, more unconditionally present for yourself. So yeah, I love that. And then remembering, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, so this is like I mentioned, oh nice, there's some nice like flowers up in the corner. Yeah, they look like really beautiful, like some pansies and then maybe like another daisy. But they have like this really beautiful blue light energy around them. So I love these cards. They're just so high vibrational. But we have the waters in here too. So she's doing, communing with the water energy, and has like a bunch of sparkles in her hands. And so when I remember, I think about like past life gifts, or if you think about it, could be like concurrent, alternate timeline gifts, or, happening at the same time, alternate realities that, if you believe in that, these are available to us. The more we kind of come into our power, come into our connection with our higher self, because, of course, working with archetypes and ancestors and ascended masters is wonderful, but really we should be relying on our higher self as like the ultimate guide for us. So, and these energies, if they are genuine, they will not ask you to abandon your higher self. They should be in synchronicity with your higher self. So just something important as I'm learning and, journeying, working with different energies, something I felt called to share. Okay. Because you are in control of your life, and you are here in the physical. You are the one in charge. And it's important we kind of express that ownership of our life, because even when you think about like mental health issues like depression, anxiety, like a lot of these things can they're like things that are affected from our spirit on some level, right? Like we have wounds that are related to not feeling enough, or not feeling accepted, not feeling worthy, whatever all these things could be, right? Not feeling smart enough, not feeling like we have enough people in our lives, or whatever it might be for you. We all have our own things. Maybe we're not feeling like we're able to be soft enough. And so the being able to kind of claim ownership of like, this is my life and I have these emotions come up, and I'm not going to let them like take the driver's seat in my life. And not to say that like when we have mental health stuff like that is certainly like it's because there's something going on chemically. A lot of times it's overwhelming for us to be able to differentiate between like the things that are happening right now and the things that happened before. But I think it's really a new way that a lot of us that have gone through a lot of these cycles are experiencing now, of like, oh, okay, I can have the same things come up and trust that it's just something I have to feel to release. It's not like something that I identify with anymore as much. And so we can start to kind of understand like it's not a part of maybe my higher soul of essence of who I am. But I think it's really important to say at the same time, like there's a lot going on out there, and a lot of people have it really hard, and it's not, a lot of times it's like lack of resources and lack of social support that people are in. So we have such high numbers of things like depression and anxiety, and so I never want to condone that. It's not really difficult out there for many people right now. And so never like you know, you pull yourself up by your bootstraps and get out of your mood, because you know that doesn't work. But yeah, more like kind of holding ourselves in some of these same cycles that come through, of, you know, getting fearful that old parts of us, or old, you know, perceptions that other people might have had of us, like that we can start to let go and be like, that is their perception. That's not my responsibility to manage. And it's my responsibility to kind of be here in my truth and focus on what is my truth outside of everyone else's version of who I am, right? And so hoping that like finds you in a way that's resonating and helpful, trusting it does. And then we have, we got 3 cards for the unicorn cards. Create your vision. Do what makes your heart sing. You are being nudged forward. So I love this because it's like the yellow brick road leading up to this castle with a unicorn, you know, Pegasus guiding us. And so our heart is the one that's kind of guiding us to this Oz place. And there's rainbows, you know, leading the rainbow energy over there. And so yeah, it's like that connection with your heart is your connection with your higher self. So creating your own vision, do it makes your heart sing. So I love that. It's beautiful guidance. And then another rainbow energy. This one's more like a vortex or a portal, though. I love it. Enlightenment 43. Look from the highest perspective, see the divine in everyone. Yeah, so it's like that with it connected with the falling in love card, very similar energies too, of, you know, the same kind of color schemes, but also like this one was kissing the divine in another, in yourself, and this one's falling in love, see the divine in everyone. So that's, you know, when we start to become more able to hold the lessons of the things we've been through and accept, and, you know, possibly if it's part of our path, to forgive and release and know that it wasn't, you know, something that was personal. It was part of our path, maybe part of their path, to be on the other end of that. Then we have this beautiful like spiral vortex, which is kind of like, you know, connecting in all of our wisdom of all the lifetimes, you know, at the same time, knowing that time is not linear. We're kind of like in this cyclical, you know, going around again, going through the challenge, and then grabbing the lesson, and then coming back around and grabbing the gifts. And so it's like we are able to kind of gather the star, right? These gifts. It's kind of like the star card. I'm getting that energy of that as she's grabbing up and touching a star, of being guided by that, you know, seeing the divine in everyone, and our highest like heart consciousness. So yeah, the enlightenment card, this is beautiful. I love that. So there's not much else to say about that one, I feel like, than just like we're doing it, we're getting there. And then lastly, we got the violet flame, which I might read the activation for this card because they come with activations too, and I do like them a lot. Invoke the cosmic diamond violet flame, transmute all that is not love. And I love working with the violet flame too. So I think that's a really beautiful energy to share with you all, especially with all this violet. Just show you a quick, so much purple energy. It's just really, the violet energy was strong here today. Okay. So let's check out that unicorn message for the violet flame card. And I love how in this one there's also like noticing a figure 8, which is like the infinity symbol, which is really like connecting us with that, the, you know, the divine in everyone. That when we can connect with that energy, it's kind of like, no, we're all always infinitely connected. And we got an owl energy, so wisdom. There's also like there's like a badger, so also like I love that energy because badgers are like, you know, really tough on the outside, but also like they are in their emperor energy. Like they don't let anyone push them around. So take that you know, maybe the badger is a spirit guide. We also have like some type of a little bird and a squirrel. So yeah, lots of little but beautiful like tree of life energy in this one too. So let's check out what the violet flame has to say. Invoke the cosmic diamond violet flame. Transmute all that is not love. Saint Germain and Archangel Zadkiel oversee the violet flame of transmutation. It has the power to consume stuck energy so that the higher ones can replace them and we can all move forward. When humanity started to raise its frequency, the violet flame merged with the silver flame of grace and harmony, and then the gold ray to become the gold and silver violet flame. This brings transmutation with grace and wisdom. Recently, Archangels Gabriel and Zadkiel combined their energies to create the ninth dimensional cosmic diamond violet flame. This is a powerful ascension tool. Your unicorn is guiding you first to invoke the violet flame to wash away any dense energies in and around you, including old karmic energies or contracts that no longer serve you. Ask it to transmute everything right now down to a cellular level that is not vibrating with love. When you have done so, send it under grace to others, to situations and to places to realize the old. Visualize it coming down through trees and spreading through their roots to transmute stuck energy in the earth. Then call for a shimmering cosmic diamond violet flame to be placed over you. Ask your unicorn to add its light and it will raise you, purified and shining, to a much higher ascension frequency. I'm going to guide you guys through a really quick activation for this. So if you want to receive, you can just say yes in your mind's eye, and if not, that's okay too. I activate the 7 frequencies of origin. I meant to turn on some of this, my Reiki-ish energy before I started, and I did not, but it's okay. I activate the 7 frequencies of origin in my energy body. Spiritual body, to be able to serve the collective in general, group watching this reading. I activate Starfire Genesis. Okay. So, to activate the violet flame, call your unicorn and see it placing a ball of protective white light around you. Feel the violet flame filling you and transmuting all lower energies. Send it under grace to anyone or anywhere that needs it. And now sense the cosmic diamond violet flame being placed over you. As this is placed over you, your unicorn illuminates it. It purifies your 12 chakras and accelerates your enlightenment. You become a shimmering diamond light and spread this light around the world as your message. An affirmation is, I stand in the cosmic diamond violet flame. So you might choose to come back to this and spend a little more time tapping into that energy. Beautiful. All right. Well, thank you all for sharing your energy with me. And let's look at, I want to look at one more of just the guidebook for the fertility one in the unicorn, or the mermaid book. So that one's calling me. And then maybe the ocean. Okay, let's see how long we're at right now. 34 minutes. All right. Message: potential, powerful, creative energy, initiation energy. The mermaids sing. We mermaids are creatures who bring to you now a powerful force, the power to create, begin, initiate, and grow. Some call it fertility, and they consider it to be only to do with the act of conception. You are now a fertile being, a being who is ready and has all the energy and richness and goodness needed to bring forth a great project. This is the moment of decision for you. Will you use this great power and seek out what it is you need to seed your own fertile waters? We mermaids say that it may be time that you have all that is needed, desired to richly provide life to creations, ideas, people, dreams. It is now time for you to decide how this will be worked with, used, and explored. You are a fertile, enriching being, and new life and growth is ready to spring from your mind, your emotions, your body, and your soul. Love that. So there's a option of like divination, and for this card it says this is a time for conception and growth of a new project, a time to get ready to prepare. It may literally mean that it's time to conceive and grow a new life in the world, taking herbal supplements and changing diet and lifestyle so that new projects have the healthiest possible beginnings, initiating projects in the spirit of goodwill with positivity and enrichment, no longer being neglectful of the self, bliss, saturation, abundance. You are in a place of great potential. It's essential for you to ride this energy and deepen your roots and sow your seeds at this moment. Do not let this fertile time come to nothing. Sow the seeds of ideas, of dreams, and of action, and action them out into the world, into reality. The mermaids know you are the right one to bring this idea or being or project through. You may have been gifted a time of great potential, the perfect conditions. You must do your very best to ensure success. The seed is in your hand. Let it fall to the ripe, good earth, and let your soul grow what it was born to create. Ooh, we love that. Okay. And then lastly, let's just do the ocean. Okay. Maybe the mystic too. No pressure if you don't need these messages, but I'm getting the sense that some people might get something out of them. So, the ocean is... There we go. Okay, 35. And then mystic. Oh, 133. And then mystic is 103. Okay. Okay, the ocean, the unconscious, the depths, incomprehensible. The power of the ocean is unmatched. To step into its salty waters is to step into the unknown. By its sheer volume, the ocean represents the unconscious, all that is beyond our understanding. We cannot live within the ocean. We cannot claim it, manage it, or own it. It rejects our every attempt to dominate nature. Yet amid its overwhelming power, it calls to us, inspires us, and invigorates our life on land. It dissolves the little us into the big us. When the energy of the ocean is present, there is change stirring that is beyond any change you know before. The ego must dissolve. The saline swells work on your very cells, your fibers, your deepest underlying beliefs. Like Aphrodite, we rise from the ocean's froth, a new being. Life is change. Let the wave crash. Ooh. So there's a guidance if you want to study waves, touch their surface, get in the water, no matter where you live. Each drop is part of the whole. The ocean is in every tear. Beautiful. And when in light, deeper than deep, big dreams, discovery. When dark, subsumed, drowned, polluted, unpredictable. All right. The ocean displays every emotion without shame. To witness its glassy moonlit surface and its unforgiving storms is to know the full spectrum of the human experience. Yes. Yep, we've all been to the deep depths and through the storms, right? So the mystic, the seer, the light worker, the dreamer. The mystic is often misunderstood in our culture, depicted as a wandering or light-hearted daydreamer, yet like Shiva, the true mystic plays a critical role in society, remaining fearlessly dedicated to the path of transformation. In order to save the earth from darkness, Shiva allows the poison of the world and holds it in his throat, slowly transmuting the liquid into nectar. This is the work of the mystic. They do not fear darkness, but rather sit in the presence of it, harness the potential and latent energy behind it, and embed it with light. They are patient and prudent change makers, seeking growth above all else. Unanswerable questions are the mystic's lifeblood. The mystic revels in mystery, in the great riddle of life, dancing with the forces of light and dark upon its wings. Wow, this one really fits too with the sisterhood card and the imagery we were taking in there. Beautiful. So when in light, remover of darkness, visionary, ageless. When in dark, expects results, seeks attention and recognition. All right. Like any light worker, the mystic must build a relationship with fire. This begins by awakening the inner flame or tapas within. Yeah. So take time to, oh yeah, I'm feeling a big spirit chills with this moth energy with the red energy in it. I've been called to carry a lot of red crystals with me because I'm so much in this, red inner flame energy. It's been stoked for the last couple of years. So I've been wearing a lot of red, just eating red foods. And so there are ways, different ways we can kind of connect with that and stoke that inner flame. It may seem that the mystic is inward facing, yet its light beams back to the world with the strength of 1,000 stars. I like that. Yeah, because I think a lot of times people are maybe not quite able to understand that to have this revelation and the gifts to offer the world, we have to go on the hermit's journey of kind of inward introspection to get that deep understanding and wisdom to then come back and share with the world. And so it can look a lot like people that are mystics are spending a lot of time by themselves, and it's not a selfish thing. It's actually something that's giving back to the world because we are bringing these gifts and applying them in our relationships in the world by just the energy we're emanating. And so, don't let anyone shame you for being the mystic you are and needing to take the time to go find these gems and diamonds. And these are within our own stories of trauma and hardship that once we can move through it and kind of become enlightened with that hardship and realize, like, de-identify from it, realize it's not us, the hardship we experienced, but we had to experience it to then give it back to the world, the gifts of that, the diamonds. And so I love that kind of encouragement to that you are shining that beam back to the world with the strength of 1,000 stars. Again, connecting with this star energy, bringing that star enlightenment, looking for highest perspective, seeing the divine in everyone. What a gift. If we had more people like that in the world, we would be able to change things. We are changing things much quicker because we are getting more people like this in the world. Reframe. I think it's important to know that there are a lot of us doing this work now and doing it from a heart-centered place. So I really love getting to hang out with you this morning, and I hope you can feel this heart-centered violet energy that is so present in your energy. And just sending you a lot of love and peace and happy integrating. All right, bye.